Welcome to Financial Freedom Basics, your guide to mastering essential financial principles for a secure and empowered future. Today, we explore one of the foundational pillars of financial preparedness, the emergency fund. An emergency fund is basically a financial safety net. It offers peace of mind and protection against unforeseen expenses or income disruptions. It is a designated pool of savings specifically earmarked to cover urgent and unexpected financial needs without resorting to high-interest debt or liquidating investments. Typically, an emergency fund should be readily accessible, emphasizing liquidity and security. Starting an emergency fund begins with a realistic assessment of your current financial situation. Experts recommend aiming for an amount equivalent to 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses, though this can vary based on individual circumstances like job stability and family responsibilities. Begin by setting achievable savings goals, even if starting small, and gradually increasing contributions over time. To maximize growth while maintaining accessibility, it's advisable to keep your emergency fund in a high-yield savings account or a money market account. These accounts offer competitive interest rates compared to traditional savings accounts, helping your fund grow while remaining easily accessible when needed. Regularly review and adjust your savings goals as circumstances change. The fund should only be tapped into for genuine emergencies, such as medical expenses or unexpected job loss, reinforcing its purpose as a financial buffer against life's uncertainties. Building and maintaining an emergency fund is a foundational step towards financial security, providing a buffer against the unexpected and empowering individuals to navigate financial challenges with confidence and resilience. What is an emergency fund? An emergency fund is a crucial financial resource designed to provide stability and security in times of unexpected financial hardship. It serves as a safeguard against unforeseen circumstances, such as medical emergencies, car repairs, job loss, or other sudden expenses that could otherwise lead to debt or financial stress. Essentially, an emergency fund acts as a financial buffer, allowing individuals and families to weather financial storms without compromising their long-term financial goals. The primary purpose of an emergency fund is to cover expenses that are not part of regular budgeting or anticipated savings. Unlike other savings accounts earmarked for specific goals like vacations or home purchases, an emergency fund is reserved exclusively for urgent and unplanned needs. By having a dedicated emergency fund, individuals can avoid high-interest loans or the need to dip into retirement savings, which could incur penalties. The size of an emergency fund typically depends on individual circumstances, such as monthly expenses, income stability, and personal risk tolerance. Financial experts often recommend accumulating enough savings to cover at least 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. This time frame allows for a sufficient cushion to navigate through temporary setbacks like unexpected unemployment or major household repairs. Ideally, an emergency fund should be easily accessible and kept in a liquid form, such as a high-yield savings account or a money market account. These accounts offer a balance of security and growth potential, ensuring funds are readily available when needed while also earning modest interest over time. How to start an emergency fund? Starting an emergency fund is a proactive step towards financial stability and preparedness. It begins with a clear assessment of your current financial situation and setting realistic savings goals. Here's a guide on how to start an emergency fund effectively. Firstly, assess your finances. Review your income, expenses, and savings. Understanding your financial inflows and outflows helps determine how much you can realistically allocate towards building your emergency fund. Set a savings goal. Establish a target amount for your emergency fund. Financial experts often suggest saving enough to cover 3 to 6 months' worth of essential living expenses. Start with a smaller, achievable goal if necessary, and gradually increase it as you become more comfortable with saving. Create a budget. Develop a budget that prioritizes saving for your emergency fund. Identify areas where you can cut back on discretionary spending and redirect those funds towards your savings goal. Automating regular deposits into your emergency fund can also help ensure consistent progress. Choose the right savings vehicle. Opt for a high-yield savings account or a money market account for your emergency fund. These accounts offer liquidity and modest interest rates, allowing your savings to grow while remaining easily accessible for emergencies. Stay disciplined. Treat your emergency fund contributions as non-negotiable expenses. Avoid the temptation to use these funds for non-emergency purposes, maintaining its integrity as a financial safety net. Review and adjust. Regularly review your savings progress and adjust your goals as needed. Life circumstances may change, influencing the size and purpose of your emergency fund. Remain flexible and adaptable in your savings strategy. By following these steps, you can effectively start building an emergency fund that provides financial security and peace of mind in the face of unexpected expenses or income disruptions. Strategies to build an emergency fund building. An emergency fund requires strategic planning and consistent effort to ensure financial resilience during unforeseen circumstances. Here are effective strategies to build and maintain an emergency fund. Start small, think long-term. Begin by setting achievable savings targets, even if it's just a small percentage of your income each month. The key is consistency. Gradually increase your contributions as your financial situation improves. Automate savings. Set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your designated emergency fund account. This ensures that savings become a regular habit without relying on willpower alone. Cut unnecessary expenses. Identify and reduce discretionary spending. Redirect the savings into your emergency fund. Small adjustments, such as dining out less frequently or canceling unused subscriptions, can contribute significantly over time. Increase income. Consider ways to boost your income, such as freelancing, part-time work, or selling unused items. Direct the extra earnings toward your emergency fund to accelerate its growth. Windfalls and bonuses. Allocate unexpected windfalls, such as tax refunds or work bonuses, directly into your emergency fund rather than splurging on non-essential items. Budget reallocation. Periodically review your budget to identify areas where you can reallocate funds toward your emergency fund without compromising essential expenses or savings goals. Use financial windfalls wisely. When receiving unexpected money, such as gifts or inheritance, allocate a portion to your emergency fund to bolster its reserves. Stay committed. Treat your emergency fund as a priority. Avoid using it for non-emergency expenses to ensure it remains intact and available when needed most. By implementing these strategies consistently, you can build a robust emergency fund that provides financial security and peace of mind, enabling you to handle unexpected expenses or income disruptions with confidence and resilience. Where to keep your emergency fund. Deciding where to keep your emergency fund is crucial for both accessibility and growth potential. Here are key considerations and options for where to store your emergency fund. High-yield savings accounts. This is one of the most popular choices for emergency funds due to their liquidity and safety. These accounts typically offer higher interest rates than traditional savings accounts while providing easy access to your funds when needed. Look for accounts with no or minimal fees to maximize your savings. Money market accounts. Similar to high-yield savings accounts, money market accounts offer competitive interest rates and liquidity, They often come with check writing privileges and ATM access, making them convenient for emergency expenses. Certificates of deposit, CDs. CDs offer higher interest rates than savings accounts, but require you to lock your money away for a specific term, ranging from a few months to several years. While they may offer higher returns, accessing your funds before the maturity date typically results in penalties. Online banks. Many online banks offer attractive interest rates on savings and money market accounts due to their lower operating costs. They provide the convenience of managing your emergency fund digitally while still offering FDIC insurance on deposits. Traditional savings accounts. Although they generally offer lower interest rates compared to high-yield accounts, traditional savings accounts are widely available and offer easy access to funds without the restrictions of CDs. When choosing where to keep your emergency fund, prioritize liquidity and accessibility to ensure you can access funds quickly in case of an emergency. Consider the balance between interest rates and access requirements that best fit your financial goals and risk tolerance. Regularly review your options to ensure your emergency fund continues to grow and remains readily available when needed most. Determining the size of your emergency fund. Determining the size of your emergency fund is a critical step in ensuring financial stability and preparedness for unforeseen circumstances. Here are key factors to consider when calculating the appropriate size of your emergency fund. Monthly expenses. Begin by assessing your essential monthly expenses, including rent or mortgage payments, utilities, groceries, insurance premiums, and debt obligations. Multiply this amount by the number of months you aim to cover with your emergency fund, typically 3 to 6 months. Income stability. Evaluate the stability of your income. If your income is stable and secure, you may lean towards a smaller emergency fund. In contrast, individuals with variable income or those in industries prone to layoffs may require a larger buffer. Dependents and responsibilities. Consider the financial needs of your dependents, such as children or elderly relatives. Additional responsibilities may necessitate a larger emergency fund to account for unexpected expenses related to their care. Healthcare costs. Factor in potential healthcare expenses, especially if you have high deductible health insurance or medical conditions that may require costly treatments or medications. Job market and industry. Assess the job market and stability of your industry. Individuals in volatile industries or with specialized skills may need a larger emergency fund to mitigate the risks associated with job loss or reduced income. Risk tolerance. Evaluate your personal risk tolerance. Some individuals may feel more secure with a larger emergency fund, providing a greater financial cushion and peace of mind during uncertain times. Ultimately, the size of your emergency fund should reflect your individual circumstances and comfort level. It's important to regularly review and adjust your savings goal as your life situation evolves. Building a robust emergency fund ensures you're prepared to handle unexpected financial challenges without derailing your long-term financial goals. In conclusion, establishing and maintaining an emergency fund is not just a financial goal, but a cornerstone of personal financial health and resilience. By diligently saving and strategically planning, individuals can safeguard themselves against unforeseen expenses and income disruptions without resorting to high-interest debt or depleting long-term savings. Thank you for joining us on Financial Freedom Basics as we explored the essential topic of building an emergency fund. We hope this discussion has equipped you with valuable insights and practical steps to enhance your financial preparedness. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, leave a comment with your thoughts or questions, and hit the like button if you found this content valuable.